Yep. Airport again. 2 hours early, so I can have time to people watch and walk. Carrying my bag with one finger, drinking not plain fucking water, because why would you consume plain water when it's not nourishing or hydrating in any way? All right, so let me paint a picture for you. You live this life, you have a level of purpose of some kind, whatever the hell that is, but you just totally disregard. You do everything possible to antagonize human. You sit around, you stay inside, miserable, put your purpose into a company or put your purpose into something outside of just your life, where you consume nourishment, not just foods, because we're obsessed with foods and that's not working. Consume nourishment that body's got to defend against and do. You know it's not ideal. And eating in restaurants, ordering food to be delivered to your door, never made by you. Movement is an afterthought. Maybe you believe in something. Lay around all day kind of a thing. For the last 5 to 40 years. And what does your body do? It tries to adapt and heal to that environment. So it stores fat, locks up muscle, creates rigidity, numbness, tingling nerve, maybe throws some growth somewhere to detox. They're going to call them whatever they're going to call them. Skin's going to respond, organs are going to respond, all systems are going to respond in an effort to heal you and adapt to your chosen environment. Now, that healing response was very quiet and a casual conversation early on, but then all of a sudden it gets really aggressive and you go get it checked out. Now, I've said whenever you're contemplating wanting to go to the doctor, you just go to Dr. Cassie Huckabee. There's no question. It's not, even if it's, I'm thinking of an integrative nutritionist, go to Dr. Cassie. I'm thinking about a functional, go to Dr. Cassie. I was thinking about going and getting a physical, go to Dr. Cassie. I was having some issues with this, go to Dr. Cassie. So in my world, it's a very simple thing, and anybody that talks to me, that's the hospital. That's the place to go. But now you go into a naturopath or an allopath or a fucking imaginopath or whatever other paths there are. And they're going to run labs and they're going to run diagnostics, because they can't do anything without being able to prove to you on a blood panel or a lab or an imaging what they're about to do or what they're going to bill for, really, or what they're going to charge you out the ass for. And they find all sorts of things. But what are they finding? The healing response of the body. Now they're going to call those healing responses of the body, which are infinite, they're going to call them diseases and syndromes and dysfunction and autoimmune, and your body's attacking you, and oh my God, how have you lived this long? This is so, oh my God. And they'll get you down this whole path of things to have you thinking that your body is against you, to have you thinking that you are flawed now and you have this label and you're this identification, and there's this path that you're going to take, and it's going to be a supplement line, because that's all they run labs for naturopaths, is to run a supplement line after, because that's how they make most of their money, by the way. Which is why I'm saying, if anyone you've hired is selling supplements that they make money off of, not just like they suggest supplements, they sell them, that's going to be a conflict, because their tool for helping you is also their main form of income. Of course they're going to have to find stuff to have to throw things at. It's just a racket. It's just like pharmaceuticals, but worse. So now you go down those roads, and maybe you have a surgery, maybe you have this test done, or maybe you have this procedure done, or this gadget, there's all this stuff, and now it's this battle back and forth. And here's the way it goes. You continue to go, you back and forth it, you have these battles, and they term it a battle, and how courageous you are and how dignified it is now that you're fighting this. And you will pass away, because we 100% all do. We all move along from these meat suits and go to something even fucking more rad. And then the term is, oh, they lost their battle to XYZ label. And then you go into some number scheme of data, and you're put to deaths caused by. When all it was your body, your spirit just left your body in a moment of healing. They labeled it as a sickness or a disease or some condition, all stemming from your just inaccountability and no responsibility for just living, of being a basic human for the last 5 to 40 years. But this is what blows me away. It's more dignified to get this disease label, to get this aged decline label, like, oh, well, you are 69 or you are 52 or you are 84. I mean, it was bound to happen. It's more dignified, courageous, honorable to take on a disease label or a condition label, which is just the body healing itself, than it would be to sit and have that person go, look, I just kind of don't give a shit. I really don't have much going on. I haven't been accountable to anything. I haven't really done much to take care of myself and do things to put myself in a position to it, in the basic human sense of living. And my body has responded exactly how it's responded. I'm just going to peace out and be at peace with that. But there's more honor and dignity in a label of a disease or some level of dysfunction than there is in the concept and the beauty of the body doing exactly what's fucking designed to do when you sit around all day or when you're staying indoors. You've never let natural light hit you. You don't consume anything that's nourishing on anything from visually to see to absorption to anything. You have no purpose. You have no... That's the shit of what we're living in today times hundreds of millions. And you see this over and over, and it's like, my God, people will have... And they'll literally be like, oh my God, these people are fighting for their lives. Fighting for their lives? What the fuck are you... And they lost the battle to X. How courageous that was. Do you see the problem here? Do you see the rub? Do you see the fence? Do you see the body's perfect. It never attacks itself. It's never dysfunctional. Sickness and disease have a warped, they've been warped. The definitions of these words and the weight of these words, especially the fucking C word, my God. They put it in movies now. Like fucking watch every movie. The way they talk about this and the way they talk about how just you're unlucky or, oh my God, it's so unfortunate it's come to this point. Like, I'm not talking about having no feelings towards people in this experience of life. That's not what I'm talking about. But there is an expected result and an expected way that the body responds to your chosen environment, and it's perfection. It's not confused. It's not attacking itself. It's not dimmed. It's not dysfunctional. It doesn't slow. It doesn't become warped or confused, or no matter what's going in the air, no matter what fucking EMF they've got and all that, like, it doesn't matter. None of it matters. What matters is the choices we make, but then the choices we make, infinite choices we make, and when the body responds exactly how it's designed, we then go shop for this dignified bailout, this courageous and honorable bailout. The fuck? And then everybody gets around that whole thing, and it's like, oh, the fight that they have with X condition, the fight that they have with this syndrome or this fight that they have with this new name. Remember, there's infinite healing responses, so that means there's infinite opportunity for disease labels, and they can keep coming up with them. I mean, my God, it's just like all sorts of versions of this blood thing, all sorts of versions of this, just the legs not working, the nerves responding the way they do, the muscle responding the way they do. Infinite. Dripping my cappuccino all over my hand. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there, and I want you to, one, I don't really give a shit what you do, but understand that everything your body's doing in this life to respond to every choice you've made from fucking womb to now is perfect. It's exactly the design, and it's a design that we will never be able to break apart, rebuild, and compartmentalize and sell in its purest sense. There's no way to replicate anything we do. It's just the body's the only thing that knows how to do this. And when there's a response, it's perfect. And if we can tap in and use those responses, listen to those responses, help those responses, put the body into a position, it wants nothing more than for you to stay here. That's its design, is to heal and adapt to anything that you encounter. That's the fucking design. At the deepest level of cells, at the deepest level of light, it wants you here for a long time. At the highest level it can handle. That's what it wants. But do you have more dignity and honor in somebody who's educated in the holistic and natural and the allopathic, all coming from the same place, because there is no specialist that is certified or degreed or licensed to do anything that a human needs in healing. None. There's none. Is there more? Are you trying to find more courage and honor and dignity in these things outside of you, in these names, in these labels, in what these people are doing with these diagnostics and labs and imaging, and when it's just your body's response to exactly how you've been living for however long you've been here? Something to think about, because again, hundreds of millions of around us and getting massively worse. All right, something to ponder. I'm gonna go walk.